I've seen parents pushing their children to go to skip classes. About parents, parents, they are categories of parents. There are parents who want their children to scale through school systematically. There are some that just want their children to just finish like on time. So they don't mind that the child finishes secondary school by at age 14. For me, I can only advise that you sabi anything you want to do with your pikin, do am. If all of them grow, later they will come realize which parents do well, which parents don't do well. For me now as a person, I'm grateful to my father for what he did in my life. I was driving past a place and I saw a secondary school mate, and I remembered my dad. So later on in life, a time will come where they would accept, where they would praise you, or they will regret your decisions, or your decisions or your actions that you took over them, because they cannot take decisions for themselves now. Now let me share this. There is a parent, I took her child some years ago. Now this child is currently in JSS1 in one of the biggest secondary school in Nigeria. I won't mention the name of the school. Now that school is what they do. Their entrance exam is as hard as JAMB. I've seen their questions. Even me, if I don't prepare for that common entrance exam, I will fail. No jokes. I have seen the questions. If I mention the name of the school, if you go online and check, you will know what I'm talking about. But for those of you who can connect with one or two of my sentences, you will know what I'm talking about. This is the concept of the school. They set the entrance exam so hard that they filter the best out and leave the rest for the remaining secondary schools in Nigeria to pick. So they get the best into their own system. There you go. This girl took the entrance exam last year when she was done with grade 6. She took the exam last year. She failed the exam. Now, the girl took the exam again this year and passed. It's this year she started JSS1. She took the exam last year when she was taking a common entrance. She failed. And they kept her and prepared her to take the exam again this year. It was this year she passed that she went to JSS1. This one deep. Some parents don't mind sending their children to any house school. Well, it's not a must that your child must go to that school anyway. But what I'm trying to say in essence is this family is very deliberate. That's the point. They know exactly what they want. They don't even mind spending extra 1 year at home. They don't mind spending 1 year at home. You don't get. I'm not talking about JAMB. I'm not talking about university. I'm talking about secondary school. Somebody took entrance exam last year and failed. You can comfortably put the child in another secondary school. You don't get. But she stayed back and took it this year, prepared better, and she got it. And I'm seeing some families from primary 4, from primary 3, push the begin for secondary school. I currently take some children online from other part of the world, and whenever you reach out to me to prepare your child for anything, whenever you reach out to me, I have turned down some online classes this period, because they felt my bill is too high. See, if you reach out to me for any preparation for any exams, the first question I ask is how old is the child? You tell me the child, you tell me the age. I already know the kind of task. Most times, those parents that reach out to me for extra classes to prepare their children for either SAT exams or common entrance or WAEC or NECO, most times these children are below age, they're underage. Now me, they do the interview, so I know what I'm talking about. The last 2 classes that they reach out to me on, the 2 girls, different families, they were 14 preparing for WAEC. 14, picking with us was there for JSS3, at most SS1. So we were already preparing for WAEC. I gave them my bill. Baba, they run. Because one, you cannot come and stress me. You cannot stress me for nothing. Allow these children go at their pace. You will say no. So you're now reaching out to me to help you prepare your child. You will pay. You would see. So in a nutshell, this is it. At the end of the day, these children will know if you've taken the right decision for them or not. At the end of the day, these children will know if you've taken the right decision for them or not. So don't follow the wagon. Everybody is doing it. Look at that person. Simi or Dara or so is 14 years old and is SS3. Let's push. She's 6 years. She's in primary 3. So see, I've taken a child before who is 7 years and never stepped his foot in the school. He does homeschooling. I convinced the parents. They said no, that I should just teach the boy how to read and write. That they know what the boy wants to become. They imported gadgets from outside the country. They say the boy is going into ICT. The boy is 7 years old. They know they configure the boy from childhood. So you better take out some time, do some studies personally, understand the education system, how it rolls, how it goes, and don't follow. My next question for you is this: if your son or daughter eventually finish secondary school at 14 and he finishes university at 17, 18, now, so what's the achievement? You will celebrate that my son finished at 18. So what's the next thing? What's the bragging? What's the bragging? Now, with comparing your child and the other ones who finish at that 18, at that 19, when they all clock 30, whose forehead will be carrying that I finished secondary school first or I finished university first? And funny enough, I was in Abuja for about 8 years. I noticed that most of those children, apologies, but if I'm wrong, criticize me. I stand to be corrected. Most of those children who graduated at 18, 19, 20, most of them are at home doing nothing. If it's a lie, say it to me. I've seen. When I did Abuja that year, see them with the headset on their head, coming straight out in the evening, they go to the gym, come back, nothing. And see that papa and mama see they feed them. So what's the now that you're done with school, what are you doing? So you succeeded in stealing the early years of their child. The time the child was supposed to be free and have fun, you stole it. Now the child has grown, no space. Now is at the old age and is now trying to create space to play. No, Nasabi.